Hey, we've got enough materials now that we can actually mess around with that whole nether thing that's going on. I hear that's the new fad. Everybody's into the going into hell type thing. Remember my Minecraft used to be where you just dug in dirt and that was it. You kids these days. Oh, what am I saying? I just started playing this game not too long ago, so. But again, I just kind of starting out this whole nether messing around type stuff, and I kind of thought that the nether worked differently than it actually does, or at least, what I understood. Once you, kind of put this portal down, it would generate the next world, and you'd go from there, and you come and go as you please through the portal. And kids, make sure when you are building stuff that you know what you're doing and don't slip up. Especially when you leave your only diamond tool that you have all the way back at the base so you don't lose it in the nether. Alright, so, let me get back on track. And yeah, sorry, once again, I'm kind of doing this stuff in post. Mainly because, well, especially these videos, I've been having a lot of issues with the game. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys have the same problems. But this nether stuff really seems to crash my computer, or crash my client anyway. Especially coming out of it. I mean, there's two different types of crashes. Like the screen will entirely black out on me, and it'll just go entirely non-responsive. And it usually does that after I've left the nether. On the other hand, sometimes it'll just straight up close the game out entirely, and that happens after I've gone into the nether. And normally when that happens, it'll kind of rewind my progress a little bit, and I'll lose some of my whatever I was just working on. But I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of bugs out there since it's a new patch and all, but I don't know. I assume it has something to do with Nether, so be warned, just in case you have the same problems I do. It probably has something to do with going in and out of the Nether, so keep an eye out. And if you have any solutions or have any similar problems, feel free to tell me. And also, you can hit the Minecraft, official forums. I'm sure you all use that too. I've been trying to figure out this, whole nether portal thing on there, and I kind of figured out a little bit about it. But again, I still think it's kind of a bug that, well, you'll see. Purple. I hope you like the color purple and, vaguely reddish colors. You'll see a lot of those here in the Nether. Well, alright, you won't see the purple so much, but red, you better love red. You better love the hell out of some red, because there's red everywhere in the Nether. And now, the only thing that's really going to get to you is the noises. The constant, child screams and, laughing and those weird noises are just kind of not so much disturbing, but they are very off-putting to the point where you'll constantly be worried about things attacking you. Well, since there's only the one real enemy, unless you go around, slapping these zombie pigs around, you really don't have to worry too much about that. Mostly you gotta worry about, well, one, fire. Fire and lava, because there is no way to put yourself out here in the Nether. So don't get too far away from the portal just in case you catch fire. You gotta put yourself out. And two, these big white bloated octopus, squid, jellyfish things floating around firing fireballs at you. The ghasts are number one pain in the ass in Minecraft now. I mean, I don't even worry about creepers anymore. Heck with creepers. These things are much better. And it's not because they're really all that dangerous. I mean, yeah, that you can hear them coming, you can hear them firing, and you're pretty much, impossible to miss. But they make working here in the... Yeah, Oops. That's called the game crashing on me. And I crashed, went back into the portal only to find, well, it's an entirely different region now. Because I just ran back and hopefully to get my gear. I was like, well, okay, I don't know what the hell just happened, but my gear should be here somewhere. No, it's not. It's very odd that way. And I don't know what happened, but maybe this is the second time around, because essentially what happened is, oh, you'll see in fact here what happens. I went into the portal only to arrive somewhere entirely different. Yeah, this wasn't where I went in at all. So, I guess what happens is that when you build a portal, it spawns the portal in the Nether, and if it's not in a safe location, someplace that isn't going to get you killed, or not in a giant pool of lava or on an edge of a cliff or something, it spawns it to the nearest closest point inside the Nether. Well, I guess once that's created, it'll also create a portal back out from that specific location, which, of course, is not the same location you created one. So if you create your portal and that, space just happens to be let's say, a giant pit of lava, or a giant lake of fire, or maybe it's just giant space and there's nothing there, well, the game decides to put you somewhere else inside the Nether. And instead of, letting you pop back through, or even just ginning the world around your specific portal, it instead decides that, well, you need to go back out somewhere else. And that somewhere else is, well, not the same portal. Which, unless you've, fully explored the region around your specific portal, there's a good chance the thing will stick you out somewhere you've never even seen before. And especially if you don't have any sort of markers, or, like a tower base like I built in this particular time around on top of the hill, if you can't see any landmarks, you kind of get screwed entirely. It's just, well, it's not terrible until night falls. Once night falls, and especially if you don't have any gear, trying to find your base in the dark you might as well just, respawn at that point. So you'll see the Nether is just like a constant mess of red, lava, and wandering pigment, and fire. If you don't like these things, you probably won't like the Nether very much, because that's what's here. And there's also some, well, I can't find them here in this video. In fact, I've only seen the mud slow down mud once. And you see the ore, or light, dust, or whatever the heck it's called, here in a little bit. Well, you can see it. You can pretty much see it wherever. It's always kind of hanging from the ceilings. I don't know about you guys. Fortunately, the splash radius on the fireball seems to, be diminished if it hits a target in front of you. It won't, surround the entire area and actually splashes off that surface. Yeah, I really tried to jump down the guy, because there's the ore up there from the ceiling. Stone ore. It creates a power when you break it. And the stone itself actually puts out more light than a normal torch, but the thing is, you can actually put those underwater. You can use it as an underwater light source, which is really neat, especially if you want to build areas in the water, or even just to have, I've got that tower in my multiplayer. It's got a glass wall underwater through the tower, so you can see out in the water. But, of course, you can't see out in the water because there's no light. Well, that'll be something you can use. You can go out and put some of these light sources out in the water and have a flowy, watery effect out there. Now I wonder if they'll put some sort of other growth in the water in future patches, like coral. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, so I find a little bit of this stuff hanging off this cliff here. And I'm like, you know what? This is pretty much all I'm here to do. Is, end it so I can get back to my spawn point. And I just break a bunch of weird glass, I guess. Whoops. There's a friendly reminder, kids. Don't mine directly beneath you. There's always a good chance you could fall into lava. Alright, well, next time around, I'll hopefully iron out the wonderful Nether portal bug issue deal. And hopefully we'll get a working portal so that we can go venture in there and take care of stuff. We've got to set up a base and do all sorts of fun stuff in the wonderful hell world. So until then, have a good one.